Hey guys, I'm Dan Indra, and I'm still a game designer for the NBA 2K series. We've had a big week in career mode where we literally have twice as many 99 overalls as we did before. These 4 new additions to the 99 Club will receive My Nikes, the Legend Badge, and Immortalization in NBA 2K19. So congratulations to everybody who's reached the milestone of 99 overall. Speaking of congratulations, we also want to give a shout out to our new 98s. First up, we have a pure stretch 5 center, Captain Harley. Flampo with a pure post scorer. Jay Bizzle, our 3rd center this week. We also got The Game VIP with his pure slashing point guard. At small forward, Louis Supreme. Also a small forward, Mr. Man the God. Kasser's Laker 24 was slashing and playmaking as a point guard. And finally, it's reigning MVP, a pure playmaking shooting guard. And for those of you keeping score at home, that's 3 centers and only 2 point guards this week. And of course, with the holiday break fast approaching, we expect to see more 99s and even more 98s in the coming weeks. Until then, we'll see you next time. Same 2K time, same 2K.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Golden State Warriors. A good role continuing right now for the Warriors. They are really playing.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
What up, Sam?
There he is, DJ Buckets. Boy, you been eating that quinoa I told you about, huh?
Yeah, I tried it.
Uh-huh. God, what I wouldn't do for a hot drink.
Our national anthem performer, Linda Lind, and we're getting ready to go. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. It's a special night because we're sitting alongside former NBA champion, MVP Kevin Garnett. We're so excited to have you here.
How you doing, Kev,
I'm doing great. Now that you're here, this is terrific.
Man, it's good to see you, man.
And nothing.
Hey, Kevin, you hear a lot.
And thanks, David. Relationships come before anything else. Clearly, these guys like each other off the court as well. Kevin, you were always known as wanting to play and always wanting to practice. You were a gym rat. What did you do when a coach would ask you maybe to take a breather? Let's sit out this game. Let's rest up. Would you welcome that? Would you just say, I'll let you know when I can't go? Or how would you handle that situation?
You know what I've always...
DJ is checked in for Pachulia. Kevin, when you entered the draft, no player had made the jump from high school to the NBA in 20 years. And what were your emotions when your name was called number 5 overall?
Oh, man, I remember that. It was
17 years old?
17, just turning 18 at the time. I was in like a whirlwind, to be honest. A lot of people don't know it's a lot of stuff that goes up into the draft, you know, things that I wasn't aware of. You're training twice a day. You know, you're trying to get ready for the combine. You're trying to get ready for pre-draft. You got to do workouts. This is all new to me, on top of still going to high school, trying to, you know, graduate and stuff. So I figured it out. I hustled and I bustled and I juggled a bunch of different things. But once your name is called, it's almost like the culmination. It all comes together. It's a special moment for just you and your family and your loved ones and ones around you. And when my name was called, it felt like the world had stopped and everything was going very slow.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Rest out there with DJ, and it's Durant in at the 3.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
That doesn't go any. Either for Irving. Warriors leading by 6. And Curry has it in the corner. Out to the right wing. DJ passes to Durant. To the paint. Second shot opportunity. And he makes that one. DJ's got his first bucket of the night. And KG, when you were bringing those greats together like you had in Boston, the intersection of you and Doc and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, all these guys together, everything was aligned.
But you know, you got to go through something to be able to appreciate something. And I like to think that with the joining of myself and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce going to Boston, that we all had to have a journey up until that point and go through something and feel something, have something feel left out. We all was achieved when we all came together. Awards, countless all-star achievements. But then when it came to total winning and what we all do this for, it was all vacant. And that's what we all shared. And we all shared the same appetite for that, Kev. And I'm telling you, man, when we all got together, we all knew never to let each other down. And we all gave each other 100%.
What a time.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Celtics trail by 10. Kevin, of all the people you've faced, who is the toughest guy for you to score against? Down low, let's pick that geography. Who is the toughest to score against down there?
Listen, I know a lot of people. I've always said Rasheed Wallace. I've always said Tim Duncan. They're probably the two that brought a different level of play out of me. But shout out to Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson, I don't know if people know this, but Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson was one of the better defenders in the post. He was very strong. He was very long. He didn't go for any counters. He was very disciplined. He was well prepared because he was a veteran. The refs let him get away with a lot, touching and grabbing. He knew when to be physical in some positions. He knew to do what we call work early. He would meet you at the three-point line, and he would be fighting you, and you would post up probably like a step outside the three-point line. Like, he was really good at some of his techniques and how he was able to control the post. After Cliff left the game, I watched a lot of his tape, and I took a lot of his
no kidding.
I had to, because it was so effective against me that I was able to use it against other post players on the defensive end.
I never knew that story.
Dennis Rodman was another guy I watched a lot. Akeem Olajuwon I watched a lot, because these guys were laterally very similar to my makeup. Akeem Olajuwon was long. He was able to laterally move with you. I was laterally able to move with guards, and able to laterally slide with some of the forwards and some of the more laterally gifted power forwards. And with that, able to get my feet together, being able to block shots, challenge the rim, stuff like that. Things that, if you're going to get better at something, you got to go and reach and find the great ones that did it before you and take it, and then I was able to apply it, and I did those things.
And Kevin, you've recently gotten a chance to do more TV. Your show Area 21 has been tremendous, and the critics love it. Talk about this chapter of your career.
Well, it was something that I wasn't planning on, but, Turner brought me a great concept, and it fit the mold of what any man cave is, and that's really what it is. But the fact that we can go in, watch games on multiple channels, see multiple games, articulate it, give it from a perspective of a player, coming fresh out of this generation of players, giving understanding to this generation of players is very important, because these players now are very different. Teaching these young players, still being mentors of these players, very important. And still loving this game. It's still a beautiful game. Man, the game is growing. I'm watching these kids do all types of different stuff, man. The creativity in our game now is so heightened. So, yeah, I'm having a bunch of fun, which is one thing I never forgot. The piece of advice you've always told me, man. So you continue to enjoy what you do, and it'll show. And I'm hoping that I'm making you proud of that, Kay. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, man.
You're an incredible ambassador to all of those things. The game, the fun of life. You capture a lot of the fun of life.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm enjoying it. So, hopefully it shows.
Kevin, one of the biggest moments of your career, the 2008 championship with the Boston Celtics. Talk about the camaraderie among that group of players.
Kev, I can tell right away that we had something special getting together right in September, right before the year started. We started working out together. We started sharing concepts and how we saw the game. Right away, I can tell that the appetite was there. 1 through 15 guys. It's very rare that you're able to get that many guys in that early. As soon as Danny, signed guys, we were in, we were lifting, we was just, around each other, understanding each other, playing a lot. We was playing a lot. Then, fortunately, we was able to go off to Rome that year. Rome was a good distraction for us because we had to lean on one another.
To bond a little bit.
Seriously, because, none of us spoke Italian. If we wanted to go somewhere, we was always 3-4 deep, and no one was asking and no one was telling us to be with each other. We were just naturally being with each other so much that whenever you saw us to the restaurants, 9, 10 of us, that carried over to practice. Then we got 2 teams that are very competitive. Doc's letting us be who we want to be, and he letting us play with passion, and our practices are over the top aggressive, and to the point where it's too competitive, to where he has to come in and separates us and, take the balls and cut the lights out and get us out of here. To the point where he just lets us go. Now we start bringing concepts to him. He started trusting our IQs. Now we start putting a couple of things on defense. Thibodeau's in there. He's implementing stuff. When this flow is going like this, you don't know that you're going to win it all, but you're on the waves of something special. Right. And that's how that felt.
Now here's Tatum. He's covered by Iguodala. And Kevin, welcome to the 2K team. I didn't realize how much you love NBA 2K.
Oh, man, you know 2K is always loud, man. I'm a super fan. Man, this game is going all over the place, bro. Like, seriously, like, I'm geeked to see what's next, man. They got everything down. I'm sitting here watching all the little small intangibles that come with the game. I'm watching the game grow. I'm watching how better players are getting. I'm watching the online play, man. It's lit. It's lit. I can't wait to see this.
Young's checked in for the Warriors. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. The Warriors trailing. Wells kicks to McGee. At the elbow, it's DJ. Back to McGee. Golden State moving it around. Good. And it's 8 points for DJ.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
Here's Rozier. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Tatum. And the three off target.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
McGee dishes to Livingston. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. DJ with it. Baines is there. And the shot goes in. 10 points for DJ.
He's a smooth operator in the paint, and DJ making the most of the high percentage shot in tight.
And for the Celtics, they're shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Here's Rozier. There's a good screen. Launches a three. That shot off the mark. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He got into double digits for the quarter. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about
we expect so much out of each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations. While still demanding the best from one another, and I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
We've got Rozier. He's out there with Shane Larkin. Aaron Baines out there with Tatum.
Two shots,
that's
gentlemen.
The 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Clearly a foul.
Kevin, we know how hard the players work, the elite players work the hardest. We know the coaches work so hard. Everyone in that coaching staff, everyone wants the game called right. Is an added referee something that would help the game in any way, do you think?
More eyes on it.
We got 3 right now.
Listen, that's a lot,
That
man.
is a lot.
And we're yelling at those 3. Listen, more eyes on the prize, if you will, so be it. It's just about how the game is. You want referees to be consistent. You want referees to also let the guys play a little bit. You know, that's just my preference. I'm not a league official, nor do I know flow and momentum. I'm just talking from a fan perspective and watching it.
Yes.
But, you know, as a player, you find things to complain about because that's what a player does when it comes to advantage versus disadvantage. But fourth ref, I don't think it would hurt. To me, it would be about how they were calling it.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. And those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. And, Kev, you think of the great ones. You, Kobe, I mean, Jordan. Timmy, yeah, how about him? They worked harder than anybody else, Kevin.
And what you learn is that the similarity or the parallel that you all have is our inner animals that you never speak about. You know, we're all a little off. We're all a little dark. But that's what pushes you through pain. That's what pushes you through tough moments. When someone says you can't, when someone says this is not possible, this is unreal, no one's ever done it, that's the moment you're looking for. The moment someone told Kobe that he couldn't get over 50, 60, something Jordan couldn't do, he was driven in that. And if Phil wouldn't have stopped him, he probably would have reached 100 points.
He probably would have, yeah.
You know, he did Will Chamberlain a favor. And that's just real. He was in that type of mode. We all share that passion. We all share that drive. And the ones that have that inner darkness, we all understand.
It's like a split personality, huh?
It's almost like another level.
Yeah. Here's Larkin. McGee with the block. But they get it back. Bangs home the trifecta. And it's 9 points for Jason Tatum.
And Tatum's become a reliable outside shooter. Has a good-looking stroke from deep.
Kevin, when you're talking about influences, you mentioned Chris Webber's name a lot.
Yeah, see, Webb was kind of, he and Stacey Augmon was at a time where I was trying to find myself as a player.
Search for a roadmap, maybe, you know, who do I most resemble?
Not only that, but just some direction. You know, at the time I was a big who had handles, and if you know anything about Southern coaches, they don't want their big handling the ball. So you get the ball up to a guard or whatever. It wasn't until I got to Chicago to where the scouts or, you know, people were able to see, like, wow, this big can actually handle the ball. He has handle a little bit. And then my high school coach would actually make me bring the ball up to show off or showcase.
No kidding.
I hated it. I was like, oh, my God,
but look at what happened,
bring the ball up. And he knew that turning, I could handle it. I was like, oh, my God, I hated this. And he knew I would go and dunk him on. I was like, man, I don't want to shoot. He was like, no, bring the ball up. Anyways.
Livingston kicks to Young. Inside, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Kevin, we see some coaches get extremely emotional on the sideline. Others take a more even-keeled approach, more calm on the sideline. Which coaching style would you prefer to play for when you were in your prime? Did you want a coach who was animated, or did you want a coach that was just kind of settled on the sideline?
You know what? I like the coach that was settled on the sideline. You know, I like to think that great coaches are going to be able to coach you in practice, and then during the games, you know, it's about the product and what you put out on the floor. You know, coaches that have understanding, coaches that have vision, coaches that understand the game, understand that it's a game of runs, know that it's a game of momentum, and have plays for those momentums and those times, or coaches that I've always gravitated to and understood that they
like Doc was kind of in between, wasn't he? Little bit of emotion, but he could also have a calm demeanor on that side.
Doc was on fire. I'm sorry. There was nothing calming about Doc.
I'm trying to cover Doc's back here.
No, shout to Doc. Doc would rip your head off if you wasn't supposed to. But you know what? You needed to play with that edge. You needed to know that if you wasn't in your spot, 1 through 15, you understood that you were supposed to be there. And it's good to play with that. I think that you don't want to be out there playing like, you know, this is no big deal. Every play is a big deal. And no play, absolutely. And you know what? That severity, and you play with that importance, and, you know, knowing that you're playing for the next guy. So, you know, that's important.
Al Horford, a player who doesn't dominate any one category as a big man, but KG has very few weaknesses. He's fundamentally sound.
Very effective, man. Al Horford knows what he is. He's very solid with what he does, sets great picks. He's able to create space between him and his defender. if you watch him, he's gotten better with his shot. He's gotten better with his three-point shot. He's able to shoot it at rapid style now. Being in Atlanta, being in a kind of a system where he was able to play kind of 4 guys, 1 in, and he would be more perimeter. He's really developed a perimeter shot now. It's really helped him. Now he's able to put the ball on the floor with a shot fake and go to the basket, make, other passes to guys. Really helped that whole system up there. Boston is a threat, but without Al Horford's play, his inside play, and his, able to go out and hit threes, they're not the same team without him.
Quality person, too.
Absolutely,
yes.
Man. No better locker room leader. He's one of these guys that, when you talk about men, you want to know that men can stand up and speak like men. He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that's going to put on the table, and we are going to be in here speaking as men as it should be.
Kevin, you accomplished everything individually as a teammate. Anything that you wish you would have done, any player that you wish you would have played with, any regret in that form that lingers with you in retirement?
No, nothing lingers. Obviously, you sit back and think about, I would love to play with Cole for a year, or got to team at least play in the U.S.
You had a chance. Wasn't there like a rumor at one time?
Yeah, it was.
Going to the Lakers?
Well, my connection with Paul was just the opportunity when I waited. And it's what it was. But
Cole, you wouldn't have traded the Paul Pierce thing for anything.
No, I wouldn't have, because Paul and I are true brothers. The connection, and then the team, Ray. My connection with Doe and then Doc and all that. So I wouldn't have given that up for anything. But if I could have played with one person, probably would have been Cole. Summertime, I say USA because that's when you get to play with each other and all that, and you get to kind of beat up on everybody else and be USA or whatever. So that would have been super fun. But it's all good. Shout to Mama, you know what it is. But I have no regrets, man. I left everything on the floor. I enjoy watching the game more than ever now, dog. I'm not even going to front. I enjoy having my popcorn, my little ritual, my boys, and we sit back and we watch the game and loving the game.
Yeah.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Kevin, what a lot of fans don't get to see is all the work players do behind the scenes at home, before games, after games, on off days. Can you talk a little bit about that? Getting your body ready from the end of one game to play the next game. I mean, I've seen it, but you talk about it.
The wellness starts right after you stop playing. The minute you come off the court, you're iced. You got to do progressions where right after the game, you shower. Obviously, you got to get massages. You got to get some type of wellness on your legs, just because you're running so much. People don't know that you have to lift weights. When we was in Boston, we lift every other day. We had a strenuous strength program. Shout out to B-Dude. Brian Dew, who's our strength coach up there, never let us get a day off. And if you didn't lift weights, then we find you as a players. Players find you, because it's important for you to come in here and be strong. We need everybody to be as strong as they can be. So you have to lift, and then absolutely. You know, you practice, but after practice, you have to put time into your own personal game.
Right. So much goes into it. It's amazing.
For his career, Horford has been a pretty reliable shooter from the stripe. He certainly knows how to get to the line, too.
And that one misses. Kevin, with intentional fouling, with poor free throw shooters being sent to the line currently, the Hacka Drummond, Hacka Shaq, I mean, all this stuff, Hacka DeAndre Jordan. Yeah. What are your thoughts on all that?
You know what? I like it. You know what it's going to do? It's
part of the strategy?
It's going to put the strategy, and this is part of it. And you know what you got to do? It's going to make all those guys you just named work on their free throw. Because if any advantage that you have in the game, coaches are going to expose it. Coaches are going to expose all weak points, as they should, as any sport, and as any great is going to expose any weaknesses in defenses. He's going to look to expose those things. So this is one of the things that dictates the game, and these guys are going to have to be better. It's going to push them. It's going to make them better players.
It's tipped.
That block right there, all about persistence. DJ staying with his man and playing terrific high-energy D.
Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Well, Jaylen Brown is out of UC Berkeley. He has sought out the mentorship of greats like Isaiah Thomas, the original Isaiah Thomas, the first Isaiah Thomas. How key is that for young players, you think, Kevin, to tap into your knowledge, to talk to an Isaiah Thomas or a Shaq?
It's important, man. The OGs have the knowledge. You know, we like to call it the YGs, this younger generation. And what you get from an OG is that he's going to give you stuff that intangibles, things parents, relatives, family can give you, things that go in the locker rooms, things that, you know, that helps you prepare. When you get knowledge like this, you have to apply it. You have to use it to the best of your ability. More importantly, you have to see how it fits you. You know, you'll get some advice from a great, and at some point you have to see how it relates to you in your life. Yes. And then, and we like to say in our league, the way you give back, or the way you pay an OG back is that when you become an OG, you see a YG, you give them those same jewels that some OG gave you at one point.
Curry passes to DJ. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Warriors making a change here. West is checked in.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Picked by Horford. Irving from long range. That doesn't go in either for Irving. .151 left in the first half of the game. Iguodala dishes to DJ. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And defensively moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Morris, left side. And it's DJ with the rebound. DJ's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And stolen by Horford. Adding a lot of flavor to the mix, Kevin Garnett. Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure. Hope you join us again sometime.
Man, Kevin, it's always a pleasure, man. It's always great to see you, man. Anytime you need me, you holler at me, all right?
Future Hall of Famer and a terrific person, Kevin Garnett. And Brent, it's amazing that our introduction to KG was just this high school kid from Chicago, and before that, from South Carolina. So unrefined, undefined, and now, you know, he has just so much wisdom to impart. He's learned so much. It's wonderful to listen to.
Well, you think about Kevin Garnett, Kevin, and the fact that he played more than half of his life in the NBA. And for a guy like that to pick up some sort of knowledge, to carry it on and to pay it forward, that's the kind of loyalty and enthusiasm that Kevin Garnett always shows for the game of basketball.
Curry kicks to DJ. And he overshot that one, missing.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Warriors leading by 11. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Back to Thompson. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Just 4 to shoot. That's tipped and stolen by Horford. Three-pointer, Hayward. And so it's the Golden State Warriors.
Thank you, Kevin. Great first half for you. Do you think you can keep that performance going in the second half?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I mean, the NBA is so fast, but I can feel things slowing down for me, and the game is getting a lot easier to handle. So hopefully I can keep it up after the break.
Thanks for your time. We will see. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at, and some changes here for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Tatum comes in for Morris, and it's Rozier in for Brown. Different look here for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. DJ comes in for West. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Wells is subbed in for Klay Thompson. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Iguodala out there with DJ. Then it's Curry. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Wells in at the shooting guard. When it comes, Brent, to the subject of intimidation, there are certain players who are just downright scary, intimidating to play against.
Insert one Rudy Gobert. I mean, has this guy in Utah not done a great job, Kevin, of manning up the middle in ways that we haven't seen for quite some time? Both him and Hassan Whiteside, along with DeAndre Jordan, those guys are pretty good down deep in the paint.
Absolutely. Warriors leading by 3. Curry kicks to DJ. There's a screen. Back to Curry. Fires top of the key. Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
And a very good all-around effort here, and that's what you need to win on the road.
Hayward kicks to Irving. Shoots over Curry. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. And it's now only a 1-point Warrior lead.
Kyrie made enough room to get the shot off there. The in-between game right now he's showing off is precise.
McGee the pass to Curry. Fires the 3. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Offensive rebound. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Pass to DJ. There's the triple. Another miss by Curry.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
Irving kicks to Tatum. Hayward outside. There's the screen over Iguodala. Hayward can hit.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. The defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Thompson, he's checked in for Wells. That's good from McGee.
What a year for JaVale McGee to refine his form and some confidence as an NBA player. Signed with the Warriors, played his way into their rotation, and after being on the verge of possibly being out of the NBA, he was a huge piece of a championship caliber team.
Curry dishes to McGee. Taken away. Stolen by McGee. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Good predictive steal by Klay Thompson, makes a great read, snatches that one away, gets in the passing lane.
And for McGee, a lot of it was just finding the right situation.
Well, to me, for McGee, it wasn't so much about the fit and the style of play. It was about the character around him. And I think that Steve Kerr and collectively the roster just wanted to empower JaVale McGee to go out and be effective on the floor. A tremendous comeback year for that young player.
Rozier, the pass to Irving. Over Thompson. Again, Irving missing. Warriors leading by 8. DJ kicks to Curry. And the 3 off target. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Watching Jason Tatum, it's hard to find many faults in his game, Greg. He's strong inside and out and plays both ends of the floor equally well.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades, right, and master of none. He does everything reasonably well on the basketball floor. Just
So we see Boston get the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you.